Hey, Hound Dogs, it's me, Julia Cannon,
And Jen Moreno.
and we are on the air with Power Squared. Oh crud! I forgot to forgot to change OBS again. Dang it! Sorry. Okay, again, sorry about that. I put it on your screen first. I put it on your screen.
Oh.
Okay, so take two. Hey, Hound Dogs, this is Julia Cannon,
And I'm Jen Moreno.
and you're on the air with Power Squared. Now tonight, if you guys don't know already, David, Trevor, and Paul are out at Comic Con this time. I know I said that last stream, but I mixed up the plans. So this month they're in Comic Con. Yeah, they are. Okay. but but yeah, so the boys are gone and basically left us in charge. And if you guys are here from Twitter, welcome. If you guys are here and you're seeing the title, you're gonna be seeing that we're gonna be doing a bit of a chill art stream tonight. We're not gonna do anything too crazy like with like a drawing challenge like when Rachel's here. Actually, I should have said this in the beginning too. Rachel was supposed to be with us today, however, she's feeling a bit under the weather. So Rachel, if you're watching this right now, I hope you're feeling better, and we hope you do like recover with whatever you're going through right now. But yeah, tonight we're gonna be doing a chill art stream and just like drawing stuff that are Power Squad related. There's not gonna be any rules to it. Just we're just gonna be drawing what we want essentially.
Yeah,
hmm I guess
still
before.
pretty much relating to the comic, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess before we start, like, do you have any idea of like what you want to draw first, just so we don't overlap?
Um, I think we've recently talked a few times about how Power Squared's comic book is available in the library, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah, I believe the first five
yeah,
volumes. Yeah.
sorry.
No, no. I was asking like in terms of like if we're gonna be drawing and sketching stuff for Power Squared. Do you have an idea of what you wanted to draw, just so we don't overlap what we're drawing?
Mm, I was thinking of like more promoting to that idea of like the library stuff,
Oh,
but
okay. Oh, I get you. I get
exactly
you.
what? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, we could do that.
um,
Like, we
mhm,
think it'd be a good idea, like to draw, like some of the cast and like just like reading books and in a library and stuff.
mhm.
Okay. Let's see. You want to do a thing where we both say what our ideas are, or we'll just keep that in mind and then be surprised at what we draw afterwards?
I'll say my idea. I don't mind.
Okay. Okay, you go first.
I was thinking of just like doing a thing is like I kind of like posing to the back where there's a stack of books of the comic books
Mm.
and saying like available now in the library near you or something like that,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
have one of the brothers reading the comic book.
yeah, that one's good. I was thinking of like drawing some of the cast just kind of chilling, maybe at the library, just like reading stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like kind of like more of a
Okay.
like immersive.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Alrighty.
before we start yapping anymore, let me just finish. Let me just do the transition to what we're doing. Just let me double check the thing because I do have this stream where it's on a sequence thing, so that way the viewers at home, if you're watching the video either right now or on YouTube, you'll be able to see us both draw at the same time essentially. So let me just double check that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, open scene switcher. Okay, so it should be on. So that means. Okay, so how much time do you want to give each other? Like 30 minutes or so? Or.
Uh, I think 30 minutes is a good amount of time.
Okay, I'll set up an alarm just in case.
Okay.
Timer. I'll give us 35 just for good measure. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, ready? And where are you? Where are you, Jen? All right, and start. Okay. Let's see. Where's my tablet pen? Oh my gosh. There it is. Mm. So, Jen, I believe you've been with us for like, has it been about a year or still under a year?
Actually, it's been a year.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, it's exactly. I think I came out on the summertime before
Mhm.
the period of starting school happened. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
think that was around one of the first streams you were a part of, like with me, and I think Rachel. I don't know if Rachel was a part of our was a part of like the that drawing stream in particular, but I think that was like one of the first few you were a part of when you were starting off with us. Because I remember when you were brought in, it was mainly when we were trying to find people. I just kind of like spatball like a few names, saying like, "Oh, I know some people who can do a good job," and you were one of the few people I brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it was kind of unexpected too because I think I was asking for advice about comic making since you had worked with the team for I think what was it at the time, like 3 4 years now.
Since about, if I remember correctly, late 2019 going into 2020. So like
Mm-hmm.
just like I got with them like just before the pandemic hit essentially.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All that was kind of a blur. So
Yeah.
once once it came to doing this, it kind of just like I was kind of excited, but also kind of overwhelmed because I didn't know anything about how it was to do comics at all.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it was. I learned a few things on how, the process of doing the coloring, doing the shading, because I've done that as an illustration, but it's a completely different, overwhelming uh thing entirely when it has to do with coloring panel per panel, making sure that everything looks correct or like
Yeah. Yeah, like drawing, like coloring a comic and like working on illustrations are like two different beasts. Like they're still good in their own regard, but also like it's like they both have their pros and cons in a way. Cause like with well, like they both have their struggles. Is what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
Hmm.
they have their ups and downs. I've just done a lot more illustrations, so it's a different thing. It was a change of pace to try and do uh comics for once.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm going for a bit
Yeah.
of yeah for this little exercise. I'm going for a bit of a more chibi style, just to like get something across and like yeah. It's been a while since I've drawn
Okay.
chibi stuff. Yeah, little fun fact: chibi art was actually one of the first things I technically drew for them. Because
Mhm.
if you guys look at our website, we do sell some T-shirts as well, and the T-shirts are actually drawn by me.
I think I saw one of Mocha too, like a fan art of Mocha.
Yeah, I believe
It's-
that was yeah. Because actually, this one was sweet of them when we were drawing or when it was in print. They actually gave me the first copy of like the one of the Mocha T-shirts that they had. So
mhm.
they knew that like Mocha is my favorite character, so they're just like, here, you get to have the first one, and I was like, heck yeah,
Nice. Okay. That's really sweet of them.
yeah, yeah. Thank you again to David Pollinter for that. Why am I undoing? I can just select the thing and move it upward if I want to instead of drawing
As usual, pain of the artist.
it. Digital artist struggles. You forget that. You forget you have shortcuts you can definitely implement.
I think as an artist, we just get used to a certain thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
we realize we don't have to go through it all.
Yeah. My personal favorite is like your hell is over. The program actually figured out a little cheat sheet for you to do it anyways. But then you're so stuck to doing like the old way that like trying to learn the new way is a bit obsolete.
Yeah,
I hate that so much, and like that's like,
yeah. I mean, there's only so much that you can do when you're learning on your own.
mm-hmm.
Because I don't think there's a formal class to even learn illustration digitally.
Yeah, like
You
I
just kind
know,
of go with whatever's available.
like you could like I think I think like a like main what main artists usually tell you is like one, just like do your exercises, and like if you're gonna guess go down that road, taking a graphic design class or like a figure class or stuff like that doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
That's like
because
usually
at
what
least
you
it gives
yeah.
you the foundation of understanding why things work.
Yeah. And then everything else is kind of like up to you.
Yeah, like you end up understanding these concepts and applying it to your artwork. Um, I've seen it a lot with a lot of people doing anime too, where they just go straight into doing characters. It's like,
I mean,
you
you
know,
can, but also like don't forget everything else. I think
yeah.
one of the things I know is like you don't necessarily have to follow a specific order on how to do something, but also like get your shit together. That's the best way I can explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. But yeah.
Yeah, and that's one. I guess it was an epiphany when I took what was it called? A figure drawing class.
Yeah, oh like when they have
How
like the
much?
model.
Yeah, when they have models posing, they get have you do exercise throughout the class,
Yeah.
and then a longer session at the end of the class to see how much you've learned during this session.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of had an epiphany. It's like, oh shit, this is actually this is actually helpful.
Yeah.
Like I saw a large improvement in how my characters look,
Mhm.
just detail wise, like muscles, position of the arms, and things like that.
Yeah.
But also with shadows, concepts like lighting shadow, why, how to define muscles just through that and not through line art, which is one of the things that I like doing, but it's also a disadvantage
Oh, like
when drawing because,
you mean like
huh?
like rendering and stuff, like blending stuff in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I don't do a lot of coloring, so to say, because it's all like solid color and then cell shading. So that helped me a lot define more with the shadows and lighting that I added to my illustrations.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even now I kind of struggle between if it's worth like lining something or just going, "Hey yo, good luck." I'm sorry. Uh,
And how was your time? Because I know I came in as a colorist. How was your time being as a colorist when Rachel was a main artist?
it was pretty fun. Like for me, I've had my fair share of like struggles with coloring because I remember we've had a few like I don't want to say problems. It's more of like I guess confusions on like how I may wanted something colored. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, like it's been pretty nice. Like I usually just like looked over to what the colorist prior did, and then I would just
Mm-hmm.
kind of copy it from there, and then just go with what the guide said. They told me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the cool parts of doing it is sometimes it's just there's going to be an instance where you have to do it on your own, and you kind of have to wing it, and like the feeling of winging it and then just getting it right, like the first or second try, is kind of like what's the word? Well, motivating, yes, but like I guess invigorating. Is that the word?
Hmm.
It.
In what sense? Like
Mhm.
accomplishing that you're able to do it without
Like you know that
much stuff?
feeling. Well, that but you know that feeling where you're scared to do something you've never done before, but then you get it done, and then you show it to your client or something, and then they like it the
Mm-hmm.
first or second try, and you're just like, yes.
Yeah, I've done that before. Like I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to describe that. Like, it's not a sense of accomplishment, but
It's like,
that you're able to get it to how they envisioned it feels
yeah,
really good,
yeah,
and it pushes you forward into just completing the artwork even more.
yeah. Yeah. I'm currently just drawing like Marty like taking a nap while Mocha's trying to wake him up, and like Eli's just like, "Hey, yo, wake up, buddy." and it's like they're all like on a book trying to promote, like on a table trying to promote the book.
Yeah.
Is this mischaracterization? It probably is. Do I care? A little bit, but it kind of works. Why does he look so small? What would you say though, like in terms of like, because this is technically like, it's not your first freelance technically, but it's like, I guess one of like your main like, I want to say stable ones, correct?
Yes.
How would
It's
you?
the longest standing or the longest project that I've been part of so far, I guess.
Yeah. How does it feel to be part of like a long term project like this?
Well, oh, I'm not saving it. At least it feel how do I even put this? Because I've been from project to project for a long time, so having just one place to do uh not the same thing all the time, but just something stable
Mm-hmm.
on top of the other things that I like, the commissions, the other projects with other people that I do. It kind of feels liberating to just have one to stay there, then come back to when I'm ready.
Yeah, like instead of just being stagnant all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
just waiting for something to happen or
yeah.
any of that.
Yeah, like I used to have that too, and like because I used to work with another woman, Megan. I used to work on her with a comic back in the day. So like when I stopped working with her, it was a bit like weird, just like not having anything to do, or like
Hmm.
like having that feeling of like, hey, someone kind of needs something from you.
Yeah,
Like if that makes any sense.
pretty much. And right now, uh, I don't have much going on, especially that I'm trying to get back into the working world.
Oh yeah, that is a valid take. Same.
So it's kind of like, okay. But I still like the fact that I can come back to this to do what I like to do, which is drawing as a hobby.
Yeah. Maybe if I lower the table a bit. Yeah, there it looks more natural. Yeah, so I'm currently just drawing like I'm trying to draw Marty, Eli, and Mocha, and like they're at a table, just kind of like in a way promoting the book, but like Marty fell asleep and like Mocha's like, "Hey, wake up, please, wake up, please."
Hmm.
uh, we're no crud. No, Elijah, we're not currently taking drawing requests. We're not that type of stream, buddy.
Oh,
Someone in chat. It's actually been such a
um,
long time since I actually drawn on stream, like, cause I kind of stopped streaming like entirely like a couple years ago.
hmm.
So it's like, eh.
What made you start drawing on stream, other than with Power Squared, obviously?
Uh, I think it's just like I saw other people doing it and it looked pretty fun. I used to do like little mini streams like back in the day when I was a kid. If you guys remember, like the website livestream.com.
Oh my,
That's a can of worms right there.
that is old.
Yeah, so like I used to see a few like a bit of the deviant art artists that I used to like draw there, and I thought they were so cool at the time. So I tried to do it myself.
They're not cool anymore. No,
We
just
grew
kidding.
up. No, I'm kidding. No, funny enough, one of them, two of them, or one of them actually, does stream on Twitch now. She's like one of the
Mhm.
few inspirations that I had back in like mainly high school, in middle school. If you guys, oh my gosh, if you guys remember like the art community back in the day, like you guys ever like heard of the artists like Dre Chu and like Tina Chan 90 and Riley AV,
Mhm.
or is that just like a me thing?
I'm. Well, what period of time was this? Because I think I was only able to even get access to the wider internet until like 2010,
Uh, I would say around there, cause let's see, I
around
made
that
a
time.
DeviantArt account. Maybe around there, maybe a bit before, but it was around that time that time era, especially like when speed paints and stuff like were really popping, I guess.
Mm,
Like when people like were actually pirating Paint Tool Sai because they were like 2 years old on the internet and couldn't really buy it.
yeah, pretty much. I remember Paint Tool being coming in clutch.
Yeah, it wasn't the standard, but it
Um,
was the most convenient, especially like if like you were a tablet user or not even a tablet user, a mouse user because their line art tool was like goat tier.
yeah. Especially that other programs like GIMP and Photoshop were too heavy for my old ass PC, XP from those times.
I used
Couldn't
Vista.
handle.
I used Vista. I think you were better than me.
um, and for some reason, it crashed way too many times. So Paint Tool being a lighter version of the program, doing uh, I don't know, the tools that you needed was all that you needed, and it just worked really well.
Yeah, I think even now Paint Tool Sai is a pretty good godsend if you don't want to get Clip Studio for the subscription stuff. It is still a good site or a good site, sorry, a good program even to today. Like I've seen a few like it's gonna sound cursed when I say I've seen a few like TikTok like artists still use it to the day or some Twitter artists use it for today and like their stuff is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not that it's obsolete anymore. I think it's because of how versatile Clip Studio is. That's become the quote unquote industry standard. It's really not, it's still Photoshop, but you guys get the premise.
It's the most popular between, especially like freelance or solo artists.
Like
Um,
which program?
Paint Tool or Clip Studio. I mean, Paint Tool is more like if you're starting, wanting to understand how these programs work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because I don't know if there's any one company that uses Clip Studio Paint officially.
I think like some like main mangaka use it, but that's about it.
Hmm.
Because I remember if you guys watched like this YouTuber Apollo from Japan or something. This was like a long time ago, like a while ago. I guess before this manga got heavily dated. It was he did a day in the life of a mangaka artist, and the mangaka artist was the creator of Rent a Girlfriend. This was before whatever happened. I don't know. I'm like the preface. I've never read the manga, so all I know is apparently there are some people that don't like it anymore for whatever god reason. So like I don't
Hmm.
know. That's all I know. I mean, the preface of it, like I've seen the premise of it before. I'm like, personally, it's not for me. But if it's something you like, you do you, sweetie. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you're good.
Yeah.
That's like the main gist of anything, right? Alright, I'm working
Yeah,
on
I mean,
line art.
anyone that starts out will find the program that is best suited for them. Like when I started um going back to digital illustration, I was doing it on the phone with IBS Paint.
Oh gosh, that's also like a goaded one if you have like an
Mhm.
iPad or phone or something.
Yeah, and it wasn't the especially at the time it didn't have like layers or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as a typical PC program.
Mhm.
So it helped me a lot with not fixating on having things perfect at the time.
Mhm.
Um, and was able to do commissions that way too while I was like on the go.
Yeah. Yeah, my main things I used a lot were at the time were like you said, like Paint Tool Sai and like Clip Studio when I first, like, funnily enough, I got Clip Studio when I got my very first screen tablet, which was like this old XP Pen 22-inch screen.
Mm.
And then like over time, and then I eventually went down to like a 15.6-inch screen just because I needed more room on my desk. Number one, and number two,
Mhm.
like I wanted to get one of those like tablets with the with like the shortcut keys.
Mhm.
And on top of that, the cable management for the one I'm currently using, which is the 15.6, is the 15.6 inches. Like the cable management, at least going from the screen down, is like a bit more manageable. Because like the old 22-inch one that I use, it basically you had to plug in like three different cables where essentially you had your USB to USB, which basically has the drivers you need, like connects it so it'll like adhere to the drivers that you use um, for your tablet. And
Mhm.
then there's the HDMI cable or DVI-D cable if like your monitor is old like that, I guess, for like when for like your monitor, and then the power cable for like obviously so you could get power. So
Mhm.
the one that I currently have now is it has it's like it's one USB C, but then when you go down it has three different outputs for the HDMI and then two cables for the computer and your power. So it's all one like collective cable technically. You just have to connect it to like three different
Oh.
parts. So that's what I so
Mhm.
that's the type that I have.
Okay.
And like it just looks like sleeker on my desk.
Yeah, the tablet that I have right now is the one that's been with me since like 2016, 17. So it's a mess of cables around here, but
You make
I'm
do.
able to manage it.
Yeah, like mind you, like I bought this like it was like a part of a splurge, but also like a lot of time has went by. So oops, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. But like so yeah, like it wasn't like a yeah.
Funnily enough, I bought this when I was in 27. Was it 20? No, it was before that because I was working at my first job still at the time.
Mhm.
So when I was in Anime Expo, they were selling it for cheaper than they had on their website. So I'm just like, let's go with this.
You were just like screw it. You only live once.
Yeah, it was on the last day too that I decided, like, you know what? I deserve this kind of thing.
You
I
know
need
what?
to
You do
like,
you.
yeah, best decision I've had so far. Even though Ezekiel has been memeing on it, saying that it's just another monitor instead of a drawing tablet. I'm like,
First of
no,
all,
it's
how
not.
freaking dare you, you mother? Okay, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
That was
it's
actually funny.
been yeah, because there was a period where I was just not drawing at all.
Mhm.
Mainly because I was tired from work. That it was physically draining. It
Yeah.
was physically demanding job. So I just had a period where I just didn't draw at all.
Mhm.
And that's when he started memeing about it. Mm. I didn't know I had this brush.
Quoi? Pourquoi? Oh,
Pourquoi? Ooh, texture pen. Actually, alright, just go back to the one I
yeah.
was using.
Oh, actually, have you read the book that we're supposed to be reading for book club yet or not yet?
I've only read the first few pages, but I wasn't surprised.
Yeah. So like
I even showed my friend that's really into like not specifically the author, but the main series that he's known for. Just like I was when I was a kid, and they were like they were like really surprised with the contrast of the art. So it's just like, yeah, me too.
yeah, yeah. If you guys don't know, in the last comic book club, we were whose choice was this again? Was it Trevor or Paul's? I can't remember it right now.
I
Oh, what the stop.
I don't remember whose it was. I just know that they brought it up. I don't remember if there was any one specific person that said it.
Yeah, but like, anyways, for anyone there who's watching, so the next book club we're gonna be doing, which the next one is remains to be seen. We're gonna be reading the book Secret Spider Verse, where the story and art are by Kazuki Takahashi, who's the Yu-Gi-Oh creator. It was funny. A
Rest
buddy of
in
mine.
peace too.
Yeah, my buddy. When he saw it, he was like looking through some of my manga collection because I have a friend where he occasionally borrows books from me and like Blu-rays and stuff. So he saw, he's like, "Oh, could I borrow that?" And I'm like, "No, I need this for like research." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "No, you could read it when I'm done, but no, this is the one thing you can't borrow right now." But yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even know of its existence until recently.
yeah,
That they brought it up for book club. I'm like, oh, really?
hmm
Let me actually like get that.
yeah. Let's see. Is this gonna look scuffed because it's a sketch? Yes. Do I inherently care? A little bit. Do I care? A tiny bit. A tiny smidge. Can we agree that no matter what level you're at, drawing hands are like are gonna be the bane of our existence?
Yes,
Like no matter like what level you're at.
just and all the forms that hands can take. It's like there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. Like hands.
Any kind of defines your level of drawing skill. I'm just like, no.
No, like my view is hands are the bane of my existence. However, if you're able to draw feet, you sold your soul to whatever deity you believe in, and there's no going back for you. Oh, one like, not interesting, but one I guess one saving grace I've learned with Clip Studio was like the asset store. I think you and I were talking about it one time, like a while back.
Mm,
Like I remember one time I was just showing you like some like little how tos on how to like navigate through the Clip Studio store.
mm-hmm.
And one of the cool, like, interesting ones are like the various like assets that like, especially the community posts, like whether it be 3D models or brushes or like stuff to make your life easier.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know,
Yeah.
I thought that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like about Clip Studio, that they have not only like their own like official Clip Studio stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
things that other artists create and contribute to the community.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to change the settings to most of these things, like individual tools and stuff, brushes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some artists that are able to just do specific types of brushes that accomplishes various textures for various purposes, especially for like manga artists or comic book artists, where you want to make the line a little more rugged, then there's a specifically for that. And it's like
Yeah.
very useful, very resourceful place to go to.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I think one of my favorite ones is like how people like either make their own 3D models on Blender and then convert it to Clip Studio file, or like
Hmm.
different models because like let's face it, sometimes trying to find the perfect model is like
Kind of
that
impossible.
can be the own bane in your existence.
Yeah. Let me put this in a
Yeah.
folder.
I think one of my favorite features in like Clip Studio is like I think they put this around the 2.0 era, so I think you might be able to use it if you're able to. But like
Hmm.
there's a thing where if you connect your webcam, you can actually
Oh,
change the model the gesture of the hand on the fly.
okay.
So sometimes if you're trying to draw it or you can't find a reference but you know how to do it on your hand, you can do that too.
That'll be very useful.
Yeah. I
Because a lot of the back in the day, um, I did a lot of that where I would pose in front of the mirror because
yeah.
in a different bed that I used to have like the headpiece that was a mirror,
Mhm.
and so I would use that in order to pose my hands different ways because one of my characters uses a spear, and it was difficult at the time for me to draw hands
Yeah.
at specific angles, like going forward to the camera or, the back side of the hand without making the fingers look awkward. And
Mhm.
that's what I use. But it was difficult because I didn't have a good phone. I didn't have great lighting in that bedroom, and yeah, something like 3D modeling asset store in Clip Studio is really useful, especially that feature where you
Yeah.
can just what was it like tracking you said?
Yeah, like basically, if you give the right permission to your computer, it'll gain access to your camera, and then if you put your hand in front of it, you can like form your hand to how you want it. And I think with how
Mm-hmm.
the way they did the coding and like the bit of a trigger word, I'm gonna use the word AI. uh, Not entirely sure, but I think like around the coding or whatever AI they use for that in particular, it's like
Mm-hmm.
in terms of lighting, it's pretty accurate. Like it's able to track your hand. So like as long as like you don't pull on like a full on light in front of your hand to where everything is like shiny, you should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like yeah,
Okay.
it's a pretty nifty thing to use if like you're very confused and you don't know how to like describe something. You can just kind of do the gesture yourself. And I believe they also did a thing where like you can also take the like photo like say if you took a photo reference yourself or like something you can drag it into Clip Studio into like a certain thing and then it'll convert the model to do that pose. That one you kind of have to
Mm-hmm.
be more specific. I forgot another site that's probably good for that where like there's a site that has like a bunch of gestures and poses. I forgot what it was called
Mm-hmm.
though, but like I think it's you can link that certain site to use their models for the models on Clip Studio.
Okay.
But like yeah, like I would say Clip Studio
Mm-mm.
has gone like a lot farther than how it was like a few years ago when we first caught wind of it when it was first like manga debut or something.
Mm-hmm. How much we have advanced
Yep.
from those days.
Yep. So for better or worse, we don't know yet.
Mhm. It depends, because the whole thing about subscription based use of a program is debatable.
Yeah. I will say though, in terms of it, I feel like Clip Studio still like in terms of subscriptions, they're kind of doing a lot better than another company that like we're kind of iffy about.
Especially recently. Do you want to talk about that or
If you want
just
to, yeah, like I guess not too long, just because I'm not because I honestly stopped I stopped following it after I heard some certain news. Like,
mm-hmm,
I think like everyone and their mother kind of knows what's going on with like Adobe, where they're just being really stupid.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think was it the Supreme Court who was like saying, "Hey yo, your stuff is pretty sus. We're gonna sue you."
Pretty much. Um
That was funny. I'm sorry.
because what's against the law and what they supposedly did. I don't doubt that they didn't do it, but there's no evidence that it was done only by the customers that were affected by it.
Yeah.
Was that they were making it difficult for people to cancel their subscription.
Oh yeah, it happened to me too.
Um.
It's happened to me too.
Oh, there you go.
No,
Another
because
another person.
I remember when I tried to like cancel like a long time ago, but they actually did it. As like I had it for a while, but then when I tried to cancel it, it tried to charge me like $80 just because I think it was
And there
either
was that
yeah.
too.
I'm just like, are
Like
you
there was a
joking?
cancellation fee related to. I don't know if it's related to like a student plan or just in general if there's a yearly plan. If you cancel early, there was a cancellation fee. And it's like, what kind of service even does? Like, I can understand if it was a different type of service, but not something like an illustration program or editing program of any kind. So it's,
Yeah.
uh,
But yeah, like the thing is, like it's one of those things where it is technically in their term, but they make it so hard to find where it's kind of like lucrative. That's the word. Am I looking for that word? Or
uh,
it's just not. I'm pretty sure I'm using the word wrong. It's like it's just not good. Essentially.
uh, very well. For one, it's just that people don't usually, even though you should, people don't usually read the terms of service, and that's the thing where things are usually hidden, not always reinforced, but then Adobe would reinforce this particular thing onto customers, and it's like, you know,
Yeah.
kind of exploitative, kind of just not fair in a certain way, because it it's kind of not like they provide you service directly like they would with like calling with your internet service provider or car insurance or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just a program that you use that you may or may not use their customer service or whatever. And I've heard complaints about people trying to call customer service and not being provided that help either. So that's another thing
It's like Adobe,
where
get your shit together.
pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I usually say it is what it is, but I feel like at this point it's kind of inappropriate to say.
Yeah, there's only so much it is what it is until I can't
Until the Supreme Court comes in.
until the Supreme Court comes and says, "Hey,
Cut the shit.
what you
Sorry.
doing?" It's like until they give them the slap, there's no way that they're gonna stop doing
Yeah.
it.
Uh, the world is on fire, but it's not. It's somewhat okay. Daijobu, daijobu.
I feel like they just got really comfortable with how they operated.
Yeah.
So luckily, there are other programs you can go use if you're not completely solely stuck on just Adobe products.
Yeah. Like us. Like
I'm pretty
us.
sure there's places online. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. There's like other places like I used to play around with like when I was like experimenting and like not wanting to rely on Clip Studio all the time. I actually went through a little phase of like experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I liked was Fire Alpaca and Medibang, which I believe they're made by the same thing.
Mm.
Like they're pretty neat and like their stuff is pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay.
And those ones do adhere or do like help with the comic making process. They also have like their own tools for that type of stuff as well. So if you're like going into the realm of like webtoon making or something, those two programs are pretty good as well. If you're like starting off,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Medibang, Fire Alpaca, Krita was another one.
Mhm.
Um, Krita I've heard for a long while. I just never touched it because I was already happy enough with Paint with Sai and
Yeah.
Cup Studio.
Yeah. Oh, welcome back, Elijah. I know I've heard Crit is pretty good, but I think because it's an open source thing, of course it's gonna have its bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's that part of my brain is going like I'm well not really having trouble, but I'm already learning how to use Clip Studio because it's like I know it's not an industry standard, but I think with how people have been using it almost religiously, it could almost be industry standard at this point with at least the art community to a certain degree.
Yeah,
Like next to Procreate and like stuff like that.
yeah, because even like in the things that I'm into, as you know, um, they heavily rely on the functions of Clip Studio to work.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike maybe Photoshop can do the same thing too. It's just a little harder to track sometimes
Yeah.
when um it's not solely just for illustration sometimes, and it's like things all over the place where for with tools that have nothing to do with illustration.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
So,
Sorry, I forgot to say this, but like I added like an additional 20 minutes to our thing, so we got 5 minutes
oh
left.
my
Do you like I knew because like I no I saw your thing. I'm just like I'm gonna. Would you like
god.
since we're still talking, we still got time. Want me to add a bit more?
If you want, I don't mind just stopping here and just like full opacity my illustration. It's
Yeah.
like
I'll
as
I'll
much as I could get.
yeah. I'll add a
Yeah.
bit. I'll add a bit more time and then we'll stop. Like so. Like how is another like 10 minutes ish?
That's fine.
Okay. So hang on. Let me just add an additional 10 to what we have now.
Mhm.
So we got. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna. I'm just gonna like. I'm just kind of like blobbing this out real quick
Mhm.
before I call it anyways. At least for me anyways. So
Okay.
I don't wanna like lose hair over this. Uh, let's see. Uh, yeah. So the boys are. If you guys are just tuning in, I said in the very beginning the boys are at Comic Con, I believe. I
Mhm.
know I said that. Okay, I know I said that last stream, but I confused the information. I think they were like somewhere else last month. So this month they're at Comic Con. I was like, wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys are having fun and you guys are staying hydrated because good lord, California needs help.
For real.
Yeah, and I hope you
It's like
guys, yeah.
sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I
No,
keep
you're. I
interrupting.
said like I hope you if you guys are watching, I hope you guys are like staying hydrated, staying healthy, being safe, all that good jazz because Comic Con is a scary beast.
Yeah. Um like I don't know how it is Comic Con, but like I've gone to this year's Anime Expo and it wasn't as bad as it's been throughout the past years where it
Yeah,
felt like we were packed like sardines moving around from place to place.
yeah. I think with Anime Expo they actually put like a limit this time, right? To how many people were
They
allowed to go.
That's what I don't know because I think they did put limits last year and it was still packed. I don't know what happened this year, honestly. I don't know if they like reduced the amount of people that would be going this year, but it was great. It was a great improvement to just have personal space between the people, in front of you and behind you.
Yeah. I just
But
didn't go
yeah,
because
either.
like I was busy with work and also just I think a part of me just kind of like over conventions to a certain degree.
Mhm.
Like I'm pretty sure I'll get back. I want to go back again soon, but like as of right now, I'm just kind of like content. I think like
Mhm.
2019 was my last one. I think 2019 semi burned me out. Like aside from other stuff happening in 2019, one of the bigger things that happened to me was one anime expo, and also like I also went to Summer Games Done Quick that year too. If you guys
Mhm.
don't know what Summer Games Done Quick is, it's like this thing where I keep on opening the wrong thing. I It's this thing in Minnesota where they do like a 1 week donation thing for Doctors Without Borders, and everybody's basically like speedrunning video games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was way. I believe that was way before I started working with David and Paul and the others. But yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm not quite there yet. Um, especially because even though I've been going as many years as I can,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know. There's always something interesting to see. Like the smaller panels that don't have to do with the bigger side of the anime industry, or just learning new things like journalism and marketing of certain products and how to start your own business and things like that. Like little tidbits that the community is willing to provide.
Mm-hmm.
Um, about how to start the hobby that you want to get into. Like one cosplayer came all the way from Texas just to like present here for the first time in the 20 years he's been cosplaying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, God, this guy really knows his stuff. He's really into this hobby, and it's like interesting the kinds of things that he discovered and shared between everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Let's see.
yeah, especially with things like armory. That's you don't even know where to start with what kind of material you need to use to get that to work.
Yeah.
And he knew the answers to that. So,
Every time when I hear people answer that, I'm just like, how much blood, sweat, and tears did you go through it so we don't have to go through it, sir? Or ma'am?
well, crunch the amount of work of a couple of months into the last 2 weeks before the event.
Yeah.
That's what he explained it.
Yeah, I will say though, like when it comes to cosplayers, like they are a different breed altogether, and like nothing but mad respect for them.
Yeah, they can get a job done,
It's also
and
scary how
sometimes
much
like
they can get
really
done.
well.
Yeah. Oh, why
Yeah.
do I keep on opening Brave? I need to look at. There we go. But yeah, don't mess with cosplayers. That's the moral of the story. Nicole.
They also have the ones with they're the ones with scissors, so
Yeah. They got the skizzers, the needles, all the hot glue,
hmm
all of that
the
good
thing that I
jazz.
like that I enjoy the most about Anime Expo is that they move the karaoke from one of the hotels to the open area of where it used to be the ticketing or like the registration area into like the karaoke area instead.
Mm.
So people could enjoy eating while listening to music.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that was nice.
I got my layers confused for a second. What the heck? There we go.
Your layers confused?
Yeah, I'm having. I'm like I'm trying to put like colors and stuff on the boys.
Already, goddamn.
I
I
drew.
take forever in the line art.
I drew chibi and panicked.
Didn't intend this to be chibi, but
It's okay.
I kind of based it on other characters so that I'm able to like get something done.
Daijoubu.
Arigato.
Mm. But yeah, I think but for me, like Power Skirt is like basically like the second, I guess, like official like stuff I've done like in terms of comic work because I used to like I did like a startup and I used to work for another woman, Megan, where she had me like try to do the artwork for her and stuff back in the day, and then after I stopped working with her, it was thanks to a friend of ours, or you don't know him, but a friend of like me and like Paul, Trevor, like our mutual friend Kyle.
Mm.
I guess he name dropped me at one point and gave them my business card, and then that's how like we came in touch. And I'm just like, oh crud, this is actually cool. So, and then they gave me a
That's
little
cool.
test, and then they gave me like a little test and like me like, hey, like so here's what you got to do: just color in like this comic this comic page like somewhat verbatim to how it is in our comic, and I'm like, okay, yeah, fair enough, that makes sense. So I did
Mhm.
that, and after I did, it was like I like they liked my stuff, and so they're like, okay, you can work with us. I'm like, cool.
Were you nervous when you took the test?
A little bit, cause like it's been a while since I've like done like something like I guess in that level of professionalism.
Mhm.
So like I so like obviously like I had like the bit of the jitters, like was this like, is this gonna be enough, am I doing it right, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Because
Mhm.
it's like that feeling of like, you know, when like you draw your own stuff and like it's fun. It's like when you work on your own computer and try to fix it, you're good. However, if you try to go on
Yeah.
someone else's computer, it's like freaking like you're working on the Pentagon or something.
Yeah.
It was like that, and I'm just like, oh dear. And thankfully, they liked my stuff. They liked the way I colored it, and it's like, okay, welcome to Power Squared. And I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
And they've kept me around ever since.
I kind of went through the same thing. I was kind of nervous because on top of the fact that uh I never done this type of thing before also,
hmm
like all the layers that I had to put together just to try to figure out how to color it.
hmm
Um just work didn't give me enough time, so I think I delayed it. But I got it in, and I think there were some other artists, like yeah, well, yeah, two other artists
hmm
along with me.
Yeah.
So it was like a more of a test to see who had the best
hmm
to compare to compare the coloring to the previous artist, which was
Yeah.
your coloring.
Yeah. I'm like half caught like taking by like reference, half like just doing whatever.
Same.
It's like I learn like half like way into like working with them. Sometimes it's okay to like go off like a few like decibels on the color wheel, as long as
Mm-hmm.
like you're good. Like if that makes any sense.
Yeah, as long as you can make it work is usually
Mhm.
how it is.
Mhm. Okay, I don't think I can. I don't think I can eyeball that. I'm gonna have. There we are.
I don't think I don't remember when I started streaming illustrating
In general, or like.
in general because all the computers that I've used until 2020 um have just not been capable of putting up with even just games. I really doubted that it would be able to stream at all, but I still tried.
Mhm.
Failingly, but I still tried.
Yeah.
um but I think I started, when was it? It started when I started doing the sketch commissions when I was in college, so around 20,
Mhm.
like 2018, 19.
Yeah.
But that didn't work because I couldn't find a camera that could focus uh enough to what I was drawing, since it was like a 3 by 5 card.
Mhm.
Um, I forgot the name of it. Was basically a bank card that is used for studying,
Yeah.
a study card, and I couldn't find a camera that could focus enough into high quality without spending a good few $100s. And like, yeah, no, that's out of my budget.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of just not do that. Um, at the time, I did have a tablet, more of the not screen types,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried with that too, but it was kind of difficult. Um, for my laptop to not burn. Yeah,
That's what I forgot to put. Hmm. Now I'll redraw the books.
hmm?
I was like debating like should I like try to find an asset or just like draw the books. I'm like screw it, I'll draw the books.
Page by page.
Derp derp derpy block by derpy block. Or I can just draw one and just copy pasta.
That too.
It's a valid strategy.
Very much valid. That we should take advantage of over traditional drawing.
I remember there was this dude, I forgot what he did. Well, I remember what he did, but like he got like flack for like oh,
Oh,
I'll put a little bit more time just because we're yapping. He got like a lot of flack for like quote unquote like using like assets and like an AI like a voice over thing for like trying to make a short film on a budget.
mm-hmm.
And like basically he had to basically defend himself. Which when he did it, when he was talking about it, he did make some valid points because like can we agree when it comes to AI like the main problem like aside from just like the generative stuff like the main problem is just people stealing shit, right? Sorry for the language.
Yeah.
So the one thing he showed also in receipts is like when he did use like the voice AI and stuff, it was through licensed companies, which like
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of like the main like one of like the main issues for it. So that means when he used it, the person whose voice was being used as a sample also got a cut. So in
Mm-hmm.
terms of that, that was fine. And then
Yeah.
he also got like a lot of flack for either like not getting commission work, like not using commission work, or like basically buying like 3D assets or whatever to make the shit go faster. Sorry for the sarcasm. The stuff go faster. And like the
Mm-hmm.
way he was talking about it and then showing his process, it was one of those things where he basically asked the question, where is the line drawn, like in terms of like what is okay and not okay in the art world, in like the
Mm-hmm.
context, and like he brought up some good points.
Yeah.
So like, but the one thing he also talked about is like how like one of the interesting things is when it comes to like doing like stuff like handmade. He also called out like, well, what about the people like even before computers and stuff? Like you know how people like when they would do tracing or something, they would go through like these elaborate like little things to get like perspective, or one of them would literally paint over pictures to do something. Like does that count as like not working? It was an interesting video. I have to like remember where the source was, but basically he was calling out like before digital art there were these shortcuts. Do these count as cheating, or is it just people blowing things out of proportion because of said digital art? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like it was an interesting talk. Like yeah, you kind of have to draw the line somewhere just so you stop like attacking everything with a pulse.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I still kind of argue is that, well, are they doing it? It's something that you can't prove, obviously. It's just that you have to see what they continue doing
Yeah,
to even call out them out for something.
yeah, because it's
It's
going.
if they're doing it maliciously.
Yeah.
Um, because there's one kind of like with, I forgot the artist's name, but he was known to do like multiple can soup paintings
Mhm.
or like different screen prints of Marilyn Monroe
Yeah.
in different colors.
Uh
I
huh.
forgot his name, but uh, it's like there's a difference between doing something for artistic purpose or to put a meaning into that art piece and then just blatantly copy pasting and calling it yours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like there has to be like at least a fine line at this point, especially with the internet where everyone's just yelling at everybody about everything, and
Mhm.
it's kind of getting like confusing to see what is really valid and what is not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like with one of the main things, especially with influencers nowadays saying like, "Ayo, show empathy," which the internet kind of lacks right now. But like, oh, but who am I? I'm just some random person on the internet yapping while doing doodles.
Yeah. Like we all can say on the creator side that it's just my opinion. You can have yours and not have to like go lynch someone. So
I'm just gonna add like a tiny little poster, and I'm kind of like just stopping here.
okay.
So
Whenever you feel like uh putting the halt, I guess.
mhm.
Yeah. I'll just finish doing the line art to this after.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like doing like I'm not even shading or anything. I'm just like, yeah. Actually, I can just do this because I work for them. Therefore, I am allowed to take the logo. I'm allowed to do this. Let's see, creative team. Let's do copy image. Sorry, guys, but I'm on a time crunch. Can I do that? No. Let's see. Save. No. Save images. Campus storm. Wait. It's transparent. How come it's not giving me a
What's transparent? Not
like?
transparent.
No, I'm like looking. I was trying to get the. I was trying to get the power squared like logo so I can put it on here, but it was like giving me a bit of flack. There we go. Okay, it's transparent. Thank God. I just need a transparent thing of power squared, and we were dandy.
Hmm.
Power squared. No, I want to use the paint bucket thing. Why won't you let me? Okay, I think I'm not, I don't want to oversimplify this or overcomplicate this. I bet.
Okay.
Oh darn it! I say that and I'm just like, no, I have to add this one word. God dang it! I hate doing this. 大丈夫。
大丈夫ですか?
Uno más, uno más. Okay, there we are. Let's do the fill tool. Grab that. Okay, I think this is where I draw the line. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Are you good or no?
I'm good. I mean, again, I'll just finish the line work afterwards, so
Okay.
I'll be fine.
All right. Okay, let's yeah, cause mine like I just took a bit of the sketch and just cleaned it up a bit. I'll just post it on.
Mm-hmm.
Illustration power squared book thingy. Let's do. Why is it scaled at 29%? Oh wait, no, I remember why. 100%. Okay.
Because
Okay. Uh. Okay, I'm just about done if you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second to just try to reset up my desk because I have my tablet right there.
Mhm.
Okay, but yeah, this was a fun little thing to do, just like chilling and just drawing and not worrying about anything.
Just yapping along.
Heck yeah. So, hold up. Let me just. Let me just take a snap. Let me just take like a snap of this and then we'll. And then I'll post it on Discord and then we'll go from there.
Mhm. Okay.
Back. Let's do snippet tool. New. Edit. This is just like the fastest way, so. Um.
Do I do mine too, even though it's incomplete? Or do
Uh.
I just
Yeah, like if you want to show the result of what's going on. Of what we're. Like
okay.
of what we did.
Just showing your background image.
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
just post it in the general of our Discord,
Okay.
and then we'll show the audience. Okay, so hold up. I'm gonna bring us back to main camera, and then we'll go from there.
Alright,
Okay, so for the past hour, mainly just like drawing and just talking about life stuff and like about and this drawing stuff connected to the comic. So,
Mhm.
just reiterating what we were talking about, what we would basically draw about, like, in a way promoting the book because of the whole, like, library thing.
Mhm.
So, the way I did it, just because, like, they were at Comic Con, I drew them, if you could look at the Discord, I drew them as, like, basically, like, they're at their own table.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold up, hang on, I have to turn off.
And then Eli mad at him.
Yeah. It's like, boy. Hold on,
And
switch.
then
Yeah. So, hang on. So, like, let me show the audience first. So, this is mine. So, if you could see, I drew. I drew, like, Marty and Eli. Eli's just kind of looking at Marty, going, like, boy, wake up. And, like, even Mocha's just like, hey, wake up. And I tried to draw it in, like, kind of like in a Comic Con type thing. Like, like when you go to, like, Artist Alley or something to buy the book.
mhm.
So, I kind of drew it like that, where
Okay.
they're the ones signing.
Yeah, I was about to say there's pens there, so I'm pretty sure they're signing auto
Yeah. It's like the one person's like, "Hey, yo, can I get this signed?" And Marty's just like a slave, and everyone's just like, both of them are just like, "Marty, professionalism." And then let's see what you draw. You have it on your screen, Jen?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then this is what you drew. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see what you did. So it's like in the same. It's like meet the meet the creator or like meet the artist type of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's a table that shows that this comic book is available. It was supposed to
Yeah.
be a library, but I was trying to get
Uh
this
huh.
foreground part of it first.
Yeah. Did you really
Um,
pick Eli because he's the art major?
yeah,
I knew it.
let him be in the spotlight for
No,
once.
you're
But
good. You're good.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, basically like a table with Marty reading one of the comic books, but
I mean it works out.
yeah,
I don't know, like I could picture like a headcanon where they go to like Comic Con for something because Eli decided to like try out making a comic for like say a competition or something for his college. And then they
mm-hmm,
is there just for moral support.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could actually see that. Uh,
I don't know if I should add someone else in it, but I think this should be fine for now.
mm.
Hmm.
Like,
Just to complete the
you
illustration.
could probably add Jennifer to be the supporting girlfriend. That's why I forgot to add on mine.
Okay.
Dang it! Now you add Jennifer, I add Mocha. It's an equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
Oh dear lord. Oh, but yeah, I'd say this is a pretty fun stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just talking about different topics.
and just like chilling.
Some of our backgrounds coming into this project and drawing
Yeah, hang
all
on.
throughout.
Yeah, I'm gonna put us back onto first camera. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is like a fun little thing. Hopefully David will let me do this again. But like But I think that's going to wrap up the show for tonight. So if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like and a comment. If you made it this far in the video, comment Comic Con, since that's kind of relevant right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're here on Twitch, leave a follow if you liked us just like talking and stuff like that. That's the best I can think of right now. But anyways, where was I going with this? So aside from the whole thing with the library, we will be having like another issue coming soon, so stay tuned for that when we announce it. And also, like I said earlier, for the boys out there at Comic Con, I hope you guys are safe. You guys are hydrated. Good gosh. I hope you guys are healthy. Without further ado, I'm Julia Cannon,
And I'm Jen Moreno.
and you've been on the air of Power Squared. Have a great evening and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.